Live tonight from Lanier National Speedway as we get set for the 410 winged sprint cars presented by DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler joined you alongside Chris Nunn as we get set for the 410 winged sprint cars. Chris, it's about to get dicey as we get set for qualifying here in just a few moments' time.
Track's going to be fast. It's going to slick off quick, it looks like, here in the daytime. It's like it's already starting to slick off a little bit before we get set to go qualifying. Mason Hannigan currently leads the point standings into tonight's race with 313 markers over Mike Keegan with 259. David Heilemann runs in that third spot with 237 points, and it's Richie Preston and Chris Fisher rounding out the top five. James Grace, Kevin Hanley, Peyton Breeze, Tyler Ducharme, and Jarrett Beauregard round out the top 10 as we are qualifying here at Lanier International Raceway.
All right, qualifying right now is Josh Steike in the Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Sims, Ultimate Dirt TV, car number 80. These drivers have one lap and they need to make it count. Steike, fourth quick at the moment. Brett Strickler done his lap as there is Scott King in that SKD number 118 machine. Kyle Sosnowski, 11.987. And Chris, we're not going to see this track get reworked. How we see it right now is how it will be for the rest of the night.
You get what you get as far as the track goes. No reworks, no track resets, or anything right now. Kyle Sosnowski, your pulls that. Devin Morgan now goes to the top side in that 11.968 lap. Sosnowski goes down to the second spot. Ducharme now third. Richie Preston and Mike Keegan rounding out the top five in qualifying. Less than about a minute to go, 30 seconds left in qualifying.
Jarrett Beauregard in the number 97 machine. They all trying to break their way into the top 10. Austin Zimmerman, meanwhile, has gone second quick with an 11.98. Looks like it'll be a 981. Jarrett Beauregard, he goes 24th quick. Zimmerman, meanwhile, has gone second quick. Got David Heilemann there, who goes quick time, 11.956. So well done to David Heilemann. It's going to be qualifying wrapped up here in just a few seconds' time, but Heilemann, he goes position number one. We'll keep an eye on him throughout the rest of the night. He's got a point to prove here tonight.
Yeah, he was not here last week, and he's going to try to get back in it tonight and get the win. I said he's already got one win on the season, as does Tyler Ducharme, Hayden Cardwell, as they look at my top 15 in points. As Heilemann was your fast qualifier, Morgan, Simmelman, Sosnowski, and Ducharme, the top five.
All right, we are going to have 5 heat races on the program for tonight. So let's get this off screen and let's bring up your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And hallelujah, look, it worked.
We got him flipped around. How about that? On the pole, David Heilemann. Outside of him, we'll see Richie Preston.
Evan C. going to start at a position number 3, and James Grace will start position number 4.
Row 3 on the inside. Chris Fisher. Outside of him, we'll see Jonte Goss. I believe I got that name right.
I think so. Chris Vogel in car number 2 going to start position 7, and Drew Neal out of position number 8.
And Wade Lamar is going to round out the field here in this heat race number 1.
Oh, I'm so happy that the grid fixed itself. The grid, we finally got that issue figured out. Oh.
All right, let's. So, how many are transferring out? I'm going to get these straight before we go.
Top three.
Top 3.
So it'll be top 3 for the 5 heat races. So locking in 15 cars from there, and then I believe we'll lock in the top. Well, I think we're going to have 3 B mains, which I believe that will give us top 3 again, and that should give us a 24 car field.
I like it.
So far, it sounds good. All right, David Heilemann's going to win this. Let's pick the intervals from first to second.
I'll say 2.5 seconds.
2.5 seconds. I'm going to go, I want to say 1.8 seconds. There's David Heilemann and Richie Preston on the front row. Green flag about to come out, and Heilemann got a good jump over Richie Preston. They'll go straight to the top into turn number 1 and 2. Evan C working down the bottom of the racetrack, and here comes James Grace trying to move to the outside as Evan C is going to slide up. But meanwhile, Preston trying to put the pressure there on David Harlan down through turn number 1 and 2.
And down the back straight away, Heileman's got that 3/10 of a second lead over Richie Preston. Preston trying to show us up there and trying to get the lead away from Heileman, as we predicted Heileman was going to win by about 2.5 seconds, as I did. Battles for third, James Grace and Evan C. Evan C. coming off the win in the 100-lapper in the super late models. He slides up into third as Grace slides back in front of him for that third spot. Top 3 transfer.
Yeah, Chris Fisher back there in the 5, in position number 5. But again, watching Grace now trying to hold off Evan C. as Evan C. tries to roll it through the slick there on the exit of turn number 4. This isn't the super late model. These things will drive a hell of a lot different than what the super late models do. But he got a good run down the back straightaways. Evan C. Oh, look out, Fisher into the side of C. Oh my God, that was a big wreck.
That was insane. Down the back straightaway they go. Still green here in the heat races. I don't know if Fisher saw C hit the binders or whatnot, but man, that was gnarly.
Tough break for Evan C., who was in 4th position at the time, as David Heileman in that Wicked Energy Gum number 49 machine for Slick Sim Sports, leading down the back straightaway, this time by out of turn number 4. Chris, it'll be 2 laps left to run.
Out of turn number 4, Heileman about 1 second ahead of James Grace. So I'm going to be wrong on my prediction on 2.5 seconds. But down the back straightaway, he'll get the white flag. David Heileman running the high side here at Lanier. Richie Preston still back in that 2nd spot. James Grace comfortably in that 3rd and final transfer position.
Yes, just two more turns away for David Heileman. Out of turn number 4, checkered flag is out. David Heileman will get the win. How about that? 8/1000ths of a second off 1.8. If we round that up, that is in fact 1.8 seconds.
It's not bad at all.
Not a bad way to start the night. We'll take a look here at the results coming up on the screen now for heat race number 1, as David Heileman does get the win. Richie Preston 2nd, James Grace straight to the main event as well. Wade Lamar, Jonty Goss, Chris Vogel, Chris Fisher and Evan C., along with Drew Neal, the 9 drivers. In heat race number 1, heat number 2, cars making their way onto the racetrack right now. Let's take a look at their Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Morgan, your pole setter, will be on the inside of row number 1 outside of him. Currently sitting 2nd in points. That'll be Mike Keegan.
Trey Schmidt will roll off out of position 3. Alan Gates in the 28 will start position number 4.
Row number 3 on the inside. Kevin Hanley. Outside of him, we'll see Josh Flood.
Blake Brown, the 74, will start position number 7, and Mark Jessup in the 42 out of position number 8.
And Brandon Fugate going to round out the field. Good to see Mark Jessup running with us. Mark Jessup, a former non-wing sprint car driver, ran with the USAC ranks here in Indiana, a former Paragon Speedway regular. Good to see Mark Jessup joining us tonight here in this 410 wing sprint car action. It's nice to see names I recognize.
It's now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm saying he's going to have some sort of hand with the Jessup Logistics.
I honestly don't know what he's doing these days.
Do you see that Jessup Logistics getting around on some of the elbows up Sim Sports cars? In fact, we try and get a closer look at that one, and there it is, Jessup Logistics on the side of that car.
My goodness, I was well, there we go. He always has that number 14 machine, and he's ran a lot of things. He's ran USAC sprints, he's ran midgets, he's ran Silver Crown cars. He's pretty much run it all. So we're green here in heat race number 2. Devin Morgan takes the lead into turn number 1 and 2 as Trey Schmidt goes to that 2nd spot. Mike Keegan in 3rd. Remember, with the top 3 transfer out of these heat races, we're running 5 of them as Keegan slides up in front of Trey Schmidt.
Yeah, this should be a good battle between Schmidt and Keegan, as now there's Kevin Hanley back there in position 4. Blake Brown having those connection issues down through the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. As Hanley stays low in turns 3 and 4, trying to find the moisture down on the bottom side. Probably not the place to be at the moment, but making a good run of it to turn number 1 and 2.
Now to turn number 4 down on the low side. It is still Keegan, Kevin Hanley. Mark Jessup has worked his way up into that 5th spot, but he's still a good ways back behind Kevin Hanley. as they run out the top 5 here, or they complete the top 5. As we stroll down the front straightaway, 5 laps in out of 10.
Yeah, Flood back there in 6, Blake Brown, Alan Gates, and then Brandon Fugate, the 9 cars in this one. We continue to watch the X of Mike Keegan in 3rd spot, but I got to say, Devin Morgan, he might just be coming under fire here from the 12 machine. That is Trey Schmidt. Morgan down low, Schmidt upstairs, and Schmidt does now close it gap to less than 0.3 of a second.
And Devin Morgan's about to have company. Trey Schmidt closing the gap 0.2 of a second. Now it goes up to about 0.6 of a second as they roll down the front straightaway here in heat race number 2.
2.5 to run for Morgan. Schmidt closing the gap once again. He enters in the mid-track and he'll slide to 3/4 of the way up, and there goes probably the best opportunity that he will have. But look out, Devin Morgan. He really doesn't want to win this heat race. 1 to go this time by.
Out of turn number 4, Morgan still trying to hold on. He's got Schmidt right behind him. See if he keeps it straight and narrow out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. For the final time, will Schmidt throw the slider? Morgan goes low to try to block it from happening. At turn 4, it's going to be Devin Morgan as they make contact at the line. It's Trey Schmidt, Mike Keegan rounding out the top 3. Kevin Hanley and Mark Jessup round out the top 5.
Boy, what a good way to finish up heat race number 2. Devin Morgan just getting the win. Results going to come up on screen right now, as there is your 9 drivers there to contest heat race number 2, excuse me, of the DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Let's go trackside, take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 3.
On the pole, we're going to see Austin Simmelman via his qualifying time of 11.982. Outside of him, coming to us out of Pennsylvania, it'll be Brett Strickler.
Lance Heimberger in the 9 will start position number 3, and Brody Sim in the 04 will start position 4.
Row 3, it's going to be Devin Butts. Outside of him, starting 6th, we'll see Scott King.
And we'll go back to Shane Yates out of position number 7, and Alex Studinger will start position number 8. I nearly just read those out the wrong way.
I was just looking it up in that last race. You were right. Jessup Logistics, that is Mark and his family coming out of Mooresville, Indiana. So, yep, that is exactly the same. I had to look it up. I didn't know what he was doing nowadays. I haven't seen him in forever.
Oh, there you go. See? It almost, yeah, just kind of simple, really. Just put 2 and 2 together and you get 3, right?
Exactly.
Never that easy. All right, heat race number 3. 10 laps on the board. Strickler and Simmelman on the front row. A couple of gases. We get set. Heat number 3. Green flag is out. 10 on the board.
Simmelman got a good start, immediately fired off to about a 0.2 of a second lead over Brett Strickler. Here comes Brody Sim and Devin Butts. They're battling out 3 wide between Butts, Sim, and Heimberger. As they roll out of turn number 4, it's going to be Sim holding on to that 4th spot with Heimberger in 5th. As we're going to keep an eye on that 4th place machine at 04, Brody Sim. But here comes Heimberger now back to the inside. That 4th and 5th battle is getting heavy.
Yeah, we've seen Heimberger and Brody Sim just trade the positions there. Keep an eye on Studinger in the 54. That's the blue and white machine. Up on the outside, he's in position number 7 at the moment, looking for 6 as he'll get around the outside of King Nelly and looking down through turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Strickler once again now putting pressure up on Austin Simmelman up on the top side of the racetrack. Simmelman down low. Oh, Strickler tagged the wall. Devin Butts goes around him, and Devin says, "Thank you very much, mate. I'll take position number 2."
It'll take him any way you can get him here in these races, especially these heat races. Short laps, 10 laps the distance, and these Wing Sprint Cars, they go around here fast. As Butts holds on to that 2nd spot, Strickler and Sim, only the top 3 transfer into tonight's 40-lap main event.
Now watching Studinger down the 54, going upside down. Scott King just missing that one. And that could have got real scary for the driver of the 118 machine. That certainly would have had a sort of a pucker-up kind of moment as Strickler. Well, he's still living a life on the ragged edge, dancing with the devil upstairs.
Austin Simmelman a full second ahead of your leader as Strickler and Butts duke it out for the 2nd spot. We're going to get the 2 to go signal coming up this time by. The popsicle sticks up in the air from our flagman, but that battle is getting ready to rage on for 2nd between Butts and Strickler.
Yeah, Devin Butts still holding on to position 2 after being given the spot there by Strickler after Strickler tagged the outside ball on the exit of turn number 2. The white flag, 1 lap left to run. Simmelman looks good out in front, and here comes Strickler again. Just a little mistake there on the exit of turn number 2. But the checkered flag will fly. Simmelman gets the win. Devin Butt's going to come home second. Brett Strickler in third. Fourth will be Brody Sim. Then we go back to Scott King in fifth. Lance Heinberger in sixth. Shane Yates seventh, with Alex Studinger rounding out the field there in heat race number 3. And we might as well just bring it up for the folks at home if you're not sure who finished where. There they are right there.
Everybody's a privateer. You got to like that.
Yeah, again, I just don't know how to fix that yet, but I can tell you there's a handful of those drivers who are not privateers as we are getting set for heat race number 4 to make their way onto the racetrack.
Out of Pennsylvania, your pole setter in the number 7 machine. That is going to be Kyle Sosnowski. Outside of him, we'll keep an eye on him. A hard charger, it's Ernie Williams Jr.
Ryan Underwood going to start position number 3, and Nicholas Brooks will start position number 4.
Row 3 on the inside of number 18. That'll be Eric Huff. Outside of him, Tyler Matheny.
Isaac Kimmerer will start position 7, and Jeffrey Herrick going to start position number 8.
All right, getting set to go another 10 laps. We'll transfer another 3 cars into tonight's 40-lap main event here at Lanier International Raceway on the dirt. Next week, we're going to be at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So make sure you stay tuned next Sunday right here. That'll be a wild one.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. But before we even get there, there is probably at least another 10 to 12 broadcasts to happen between now and then.
Oh,
a lot of action.
We are extremely busy here.
Barely got time to scratch the backside.
Being busy is not a bad problem to have, though.
No, just trying to figure out what nights you got to work and what times, and also what times you don't really want to. You don't want to double book yourself.
Yeah,
almost had that tonight. Actually, we had to outsource one.
You already said you're going to take next Sunday off, so.
yeah. That's because apparently we got 100-lap racing in late models. Shh.
Back, we are underway here in heat race number 4 in the sprint cars. Kyle Sosnowski is your leader as we take a look at our drone cam. It's Ernie Williams Jr. trying to get underneath Sosnowski for the lead. It's Sosnowski, Williams, and Underwood running the top 3 right now. Try to say Sosnowski 3 times fast and see if you get through it. That's a name and a half right there.
No, thank you. I'll pass on that one. It's not one to try. Tell you what, I got to say, seen Ernie Williams run on the bottom side in turns 1 and 2 there on the previous lap. This guy he never runs the bottom. He's the kind of guy that'll just put it up on the cushion just inches away from that wall, and I don't care if he junks it up there. He's pretty good at right on the top.
It's a cushion or nothing for him, as both these guys are right there up on the wall. Sosnowski and Williams, they're a full 2 seconds, now 3 seconds ahead of the battle for the third and final transfer spot. Huff and Matheny, they're duking it back and forth, trading it as they roll down the bottom of the racetrack as Matheny almost got a shot in the shorts there from Eric Huff down the front straightaway.
There goes Huff to the inside there, side by side. Tell you what, we'll try and keep an eye on that one, but we'll try and keep an eye up. Oh, there goes contact with Matheny and Tuff as Pace Truck getting a good look at the racing service in turn number 1 and 2. 3 laps left to run here in the 4th heat race of the night. There's Williams making a mistake, and well, now there's some social distancing on the racetrack.
And once again, that's not what you want to see on the racetrack. You do not want to see social distancing as the race goes on. You want to see these guys under a blanket because that makes it more exciting for the race fans. But you've got Kyle Sosnowski just kicking their tails right now. The only thing that's going to keep him from winning is if the ground opens up and swallows him whole. And I don't think that's going to happen. White flag coming out this time.
I've got a very good indication that won't happen, especially around this type of racetrack. And again, Sosnowski, your leader, over 1 second down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. There's Kyle Sosnowski and Ernie Williams Jr. come home first and second. We might get a bit of daylight back here in third. Eric Huff going to transfer into the main event, and well, last week I think there was a wreck for, I think it was 3rd, 4th, and maybe 5th, and he ended up actually getting the final transfer spot just by passing the guys that were crashed out.
I remember that. That was a wild finish. Sosnowski, Williams Jr., Huff, Matheny, Brooks, Kimmerer, Underwood, and Herrick rounding out the field there in Heat Race 4. Fifth and final Heat Race coming up. On the pole, we're going to see Tyler Ducharme out of Vermont. Outside of him, it's going to be Joshua Steinke.
Mason Hannigan going to start position number 3, and Stephen Calavoda out of position number 4.
Inside row 3, it's going to be Jarrett Boyard. Outside of him, we're going to see Cameron Grant.
Devin Cardwell starts position 7, and Russell Berry will start position number 8.
Davin Cardwell had a really good night earlier in the fixed pro late models. He was dominating this one. We'll see what he's got coming from the back here in the sprint car. You know, these are two totally different animals.
Yeah, these things are like no other here on the iRacing.com platform. Nothing even can come close to the power to weight ratio. This ought to be a good front row.
You're very familiar with sprint cars. I believe you've done some racing back in your time.
Yeah, I don't mind to do a bit of racing every now and then. I've actually ran a wing sprint car before in the real world at Valvoline Raceway. Probably I'm gonna say about 12 years ago, I reckon.
Makes the hair stand up on your arms, don't it?
I don't know. It was in a fire suit.
Down the back straightaway, Tyler Ducharme takes the lead down the back straight here on lap number 1. Steinke and Hannigan going at it for second and third. Hannigan's got it there for a split second, but Steinke's going to hold off the little hurricane. And Hannigan now sticks to the bottom of the racetrack, and Steinke, two different distinct grooves here as the track starts to slick off.
Yeah, Hannigan down low, Steinke again. One of these drivers that just love to run up on the cushion all the way around this 3/8 of a mile racetrack. Is Steinke back to second. As here we go, nearly 3 wide for the race lead. Hannigan's about to go from third to first in the space of 2 turns as, well, Ducharme comes up the racetrack, and that forces Steinke to come back through the middle as here comes, look at Steinke, 3 wide into turn number 3.
I am not sure how he was able to fit it between those two cars, but he found a way to do it. He greased himself up and slid right through as Hannigan and Steinke and Ducharme run first, second, and third. It's going to be Hannigan and Ducharme on the bottom of the racetrack. Steinke, the only person up on the wall, and it's almost a dead heat at the line. It was Hannigan and Steinke, and here comes Steinke back to the top side. This is one hell of a battle here in Heat Race 5.
Wouldn't expect anything less from the Black Diamond Motorsports guys. They are just gases. They are wheelmen. Tyler Ducharme. Look at Davin Cardwell as well, from 7th to 4th right now. But the battle is on once again between Hannigan and Steinke. Hannigan just pussyfooting it around the bottom side. I want to say he's just catfishing.
Yeah, it's working for him right now. He's pulling Steinke down the back straightaway. They almost touched there going into turn number 3. Have 2 laps to go. Coming up this time by for your leader, Hannigan by, oh my goodness, was 1/100th of a second there.
Yeah, this is very tight racing here. Let's just hope that he doesn't pull that car up on the back straightaway out of turn number 2 this time by, like he did about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He decided to only run 9 laps in a heat race rather than 10. Yeah, I told you, he's not going to leave that one down for a while. Checkered flag is out. Mason, that is tight. Hannigan just wins. 0.023 over Steinke. Man, what a finish that was.
It does not get any better than that. 2/100ths of a second. Your winner, Mason Hannigan. You couldn't fit a piece of paper between them, I don't think.
I don't know why it showed Heat 1. I didn't click on Heat 1. I clicked on Heat 5. Wait, now it's actually trying to show Heat 6 that we didn't actually have.
There we go. Hannigan, Steinke, Ducharme, your top 3. Cardwell tried to make a run at it. He finished 4th. Calavoda, Boyard, Berry, and Grant. I believe we are now going B-Main Racing. We'll take the top 3.
Yeah, we'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid while that's playing. 12 laps, top 4 is what we're going to see.
Oh, top 4, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Wade Lamar going to be your pole setter. Outside of him, we're going to see Brody Sim.
Devin Cardwell will start position 3, and Mark Jessup will roll off out of position number 4.
And in row number 3, we're going to see Nicholas Books. Outside of him, Chris Vogel.
Lance Heimberger and Jared Bolyard inside and outside of row number 4.
And row number 5 on the inside, Josh Flood. Outside of him, we'll see Ryan Underwood.
Evan C. and Alex Studinger out of position number 11 and 12.
And it looks like Cameron Grant's going to round out the field in that number 4 machine.
So it looks like just the 11 cars. So Chris Vogel and Lance Heinberger did not, in fact, grid. So 11 cars, top 4 will go through to the main event. And even if they get through this top 4, Chris, here in this first of 2 B mains, you look at how slick the track is right now. This will not get a reset. It'll stay this slick, and in fact, it'll actually get a lot, well, not so much a lot slicker, but you're not going to see that moisture that you see right where they're rolling through in turns number 1 and 2 right now.
They still got a little bit of strip right there, moisture that they're running through. Got about probably, I'd say, 2-3 feet off the wall. And it's there. They're going to use it up as much as they can as we're rolling to turn number 3 and 4. Not as much moisture in 3 and 4. Looks like crumbs.
All right, here we go.
Away.
Yeah, green flag is out. 12 laps the distance. Top 4. Davin Cardwell straight to the low side. He would have learnt a bit from the last race, and he'll have his car set up to move forward. He's up to second right now, but look at this battle on for 4th right now is Jessup, Bolyard, Underwood. Yeah, it is all on happening. It's all happening right now.
Down the back straightaway, Bolyard's got that 4th and final transfer spot. Mark Jessup, though, going backwards. He has now found himself back into the 7th position. He's going to have to get back up on the horse and get it going.
Now watching Brody Sim in that 04 machine. There's contact there with Ryan Underwood in the 714. Evan C in the 33 machine. And we're staying green for the moment. We'll see if the yellow flag decides to come out as Davin Cardwell. He will lead now down the back straight away. 4 down, 8 to run. 1/3 of your first B main is complete.
Down the front straightaway they go. Your lead battle, 0.2 of a second separate Cardwell and Lamar. As we look back there with Books, Jessup, and Flood. As Books now holds on to that 5th spot. Jessup 6th. Down the back front straightaway they go. Top 3 though, running away with it. It's Lamar and Bolyard now battling for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, well, Lamar tried to shut the door there on Bolyard, going down into turn number 3 and 4. 3 and 4, and doing the same in 1 and 2. But tell you what, Bolyard wouldn't be too happy. Look at the difference in the wing angle. Bolyard has got that thing tugged all the way back.
And it looks like Lamar slows coming out of turn number 4. That's going to put Studinger now to that 3rd spot. Wade Lamar now on the hot seat, only 4 transfer.
Yeah, not sure whether that was just a sort of a redress situation. They got contact with Bolyard and just sort of letting him back by, let him get his spot back. So, I mean, even if that was the case, a pretty classy move, and it might cost him a main event spot. But tell you what, Nicholas Brooks in the 24 machine, he's going to have to be a man on a mission. Even Mark Jessup, who has now moved back up to position 5.
Yeah, he's running out of laps. You're going to get the 2 to go signal this time by as Davin Cardwell flashes across the start-finish line. Bolyard still 2nd, then it's Studinger. Now Lamar to the 3rd spot. Got back around Studinger as they roll down the back straightaway here. They're going to get the white flag this time by.
Yeah, Cardwell has just been absolutely superb here in the B main tonight. He should win by over 2 seconds, I would imagine, as he's certainly been the quickest car on the racetrack right now. As Davin Cardwell, checking flag is out. He will go to the main event. Jared Bolyard in 2nd. 3rd is going to go to Wade Lamar, and Alex Studinger is going to come home in position number 4.
Yeah, Mark Jessup 1 spot out looking in. Brooks and then Underwood and Flood. So that's going to be the way they finish out here in B main number 1. B main, there you see the results popping up on your screen. Cardwell, Bolyard, Lamar, and Studinger. The car is transferring. Jessup, Brooks, Underwood, Flood, Grant, C, Sim, Vogel, and Heimberg are all going home.
All right, B main number 2. Cars making their way onto the racetrack right now. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
New York's Kevin Hanley will be your pole setter. Outside of him, California's Tyler Matheny.
Jonty Goss will start position number 3, and Scott King going to roll off position number 4.
Stephen Calavoda on the inside of row number 3. Outside of him, we'll see Alan Gates.
Isaac Kimmerer and Chris Fisher in positions number 7 and 8.
Row 5 on the inside, starting 9th, that'll be Shane Yates. Outside of him, starting 10th, that'll be Russell Berry.
And we go back to Blake Brown at a position 11, Jeffrey Herrick at a position number 12.
And at row number 7, we'll see Drew Neal out of Indiana. Outside of him, Braden Fugate in 88.
And can confirm Yates and Neal did not take to the starting grid. As we've got cars hitting each other there on the front straight. Can these boys see a full moon out here or what?
They're trying to take each other out before the race starts.
These boys, it's not late model drivers.
These are not trying to hit the pace truck.
You'd be surprised at how many people try and do it. Anyhow, 12 laps on the board. Final 4 positions in tonight's main event. Up for grabs, Calavoda into the side there. How about that little 360?
Jonte Goss goes backwards after that 360. Kevin Hanley leads. Tyler Matheny and Stephen Calavoda. Scott King in that 4th and final transfer spot is one lap is complete here. And Lanier, look out, Kimmerer goes upside down. Or is that the...
Calavoda.
Calavoda. It's Calavoda.
Yeah, Stephen Calavoda, unfortunately. Ouch. Let's take a look
at our wicked cushion instant replay. That was gnarly.
Just watch that cone. I'm pretty sure that cone's about to go flying. Oh no.
Ooh.
Jeez, that was
those barrels don't move.
No, that indeed they don't. Just tell you what, we're going to take a look at our Black Diamond Motorsports onboard camera here. Want to go slow-mo?
Oh, this will be nice.
Yeah, slow-mo shot. Actually, he overcooked it.
Yeah, he had to cross up and...
Oof. Big F in chat for that one.
Then he gets nailed here.
Jeffrey Herrick.
Twice.
Yeah, I was going to say not once, but twice.
But he kept going.
Yes, he did. Kept it going. In fact, I believe he has pulled the back on pit road and he has called it a night. Poor old Calavoda.
Go, I believe. Yeah, he had a good run going. Pace truck takes that hard left turn into the infield. And Kevin Hanley will take the green flag as we see him speed down the front straightaway. 3 wide for that second spot. It's going to be Scott King taking it over. Blake Brown now to that 3rd spot. Kimmerer now going to the... Oh, he got shoved up by Chris Fisher as they roll out of turn number 4, but it's going to be Matheny taking that 4. Fisher taking that 4th spot back as he and Matheny duke it out back and forth.
Yeah, that was brutal there by Fisher there trying to make the pass. Remember, he was the driver that got into Evans C there in that heat race where it sent C straight up hard into the outside concrete wall. Right now, you need to be in the top 4, and Blake Brown, that's 74. He holds on to 3rd at the moment. Scott King just in front of him. King a little loose there through turns 3 and 4 as we've got 4 to run.
Out of turn number 2, your leader Kevin Hanley starting to pull away. He's got 0.8 of a second now, a full second gap between he and Scott King. Blake Brown and Chris Fisher rounding out the top 4. Tyler Matheny's right there behind Chris Fisher as that gap starts to go out a little bit as well.
Fisher up on the inside as he'll now take position number 3 away, I believe that'll be from Blake Brown, but Brown coming back at him. Fisher continues to work low. Just in front of them is Scott King, and that is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on screen. The white flag set to fly here in tonight's B main number 2.
Last time around for Kevin Hanley's got a big lead. Top 4 cars safely into this main event because there's 2 seconds separating Fisher and Matheny, so they just got to play it safe. It's Kevin Hanley, Scott King, Blake Brown, Chris Fisher taking that 4th and final transfer spot.
All right, then we'll go back to Tyler Matheny, Alan Gates in 5th and 6th, Isaac Kimmerer 7th, 8th is Russell Berry, Jeffrey Herrick in 9th, Jonty Goss in 10th, Stephen Calavoda there in position number 11. As that wraps us up, we'll quickly show the results here from the B main number 2 here on the dirtfan.com 410 winged sprint car series. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. You're watching the 410 winged sprint car series live tonight from the virtual Lanier National Speedway.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
On behalf of the World Thunder iRacing League, Daniel Passmore, BJ Duvall, and myself, Stephen McMillan, we want to thank the people working the front lines to serve our hospitals, our grocery stores, gas stations, first responders, and military personnel. Remember, it will take every one of us to get through this pandemic. Continue practicing social distancing, and together we'll get through this. God bless each and every one of you. And we hope you will tune in every Sunday night for the DirtFan.com iRacing series, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Yes, tonight here from Lanier National Speedway. We've been here all night long. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Chris Nunn. And Chris, it is A main time. We have 24, make that 23 drivers, in fact, getting ready to take to the racetrack as it's going to be set for 40 laps.
40 laps is going to be a good one. We got several cars that are capable of winning this one. We're going to find out here after 40 laps. Track's starting to slick off a lot, and we're going to take a look at our lineup. On the pole, we'll see the 112 of Devin Morgan. Outside of him, we'll see Kyle Sosnowski.
Hang on. It's going to be, Austin Simmelman out of position 3 and Richie Preston out of position 4.
And in row number 3 on the inside, David Heileman. Outside of him, we'll see Little Hurricane. It's Mason Hannigan.
Trey Schmidt will start position 7. Devin Butts out of position number 8.
Row 5 on the inside, starting 9th, we'll see Ernie Williams Jr. Outside of him, Joshua Steinke in the 10th spot.
James Grace will start position number 11. Position number 12, it'll be Mike Keegan.
In row number 7 on the inside, Brett Strickler. And 38 outside of him, we'll see Eric Huff in 18.
Tyler Ducharme will start position 15. Davin Carbo out of position number 16.
Row number 9 on the inside, Kevin Hanley. Outside of him, we'll see Jarrett Bolliard.
Then we go back to Scott King out of position 19 and Wade Lamar out of position number 20.
Blake Brown runs 21st inside row 11. Outside of him, Alex Studinger runs 22nd. And rounding out the field, getting our final transfer spot out of the B mains, it'll be number 5 of Chris Fisher.
All right, just look at how slick this track is right now, Chris.
It is definitely slick.
I'm just trying to figure out what line is gonna be the fastest way around. There's not a whole lot left of this racetrack up on the top of the racetrack. Looking at probably the marbles there in turns 1, that might be quick, but yeah, I don't know. It's just,
I'll say whoever masters the bottom the best will win this race. Yeah, I'm probably wrong, but
well, no, yeah, I mean,
we're about to find out. Well, nope, never mind. I lied. I saw the pace truck pull in. I forgot we got parade laps.
yeah. We shouldn't even be doing parade laps. But then again, 4 wide, you can't not do a 4 wide.
Yeah. A lot of people, they like the 4 wide, and a lot of people think the 4 wide may be the most overrated thing in motorsports, but you definitely can get an argument either way.
Here's an argument for you. All right. Coke or Pepsi Max?
I have never had Pepsi Max,
All right.
so I got to go with Coke.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm disconnecting you. We are no longer friends.
You are fired.
All right. Okay. So, do you guys get the ice cream over there that has the 3 flavors in the one box or one container?
Neapolitan?
Yes. What is the first flavor that you eat?
Oh, man, I got to go strawberry.
Okay. So now we're good again. Second flavor?
Vanilla.
You know what? I've officially... You've redeemed yourself. You've redeemed yourself. All right. Well, while we're talking about ice creams and drinks, these drivers have had their 4-wide salute. They've broken away from the inside. The 2 inside rows have broken away from the inside and outside. And again, they'll line back up into their correct starting positions. And we're on 2 to green right now. Who's meant to start outside front row? Kyle Sosnowski.
Yes.
Why is he starting position 4
Yes.
then?
He should be outside front row.
Yeah, he's hanging back.
There we go. I'm getting him in line now. All right, everybody watching us in the chat room, what do you eat first? The chocolate, the strawberry, the vanilla? Let us know in the chat room. We'll check it out while this race is going on.
And Coke or Pepsi Max.
There you go. And Coke or Pepsi Max.
All right, here we go. 40 laps on the board. TheDirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. We're about to go green and we are underway here in the main event tonight. And Devin Morgan going to lead the field. Yeah, Devin Morgan will lead the field into turn number 1 and 2. Simmelman now up on the inside of Carl Sosnowski. Here comes Preston. David Harleman working low. Look at Ernie Williams Jr. No surprise to see him upstairs.
Simmelman in that 3rd spot. Preston, Hannigan, man, they're scattered all out 2-3 wide back there in the pack. You see Hannigan in the 1 car, Schmidt back there in the 12, and then we got a battle behind him, Ernie Williams Jr. and Steinke, as we're going to keep an eye on Davin Cardwell coming from the back. He's already up to 14th position. One in the chat room said, watch out for David. Look out, car sideways. It's the 7 of Sosnowski. He about looped it around in front of the entire field.
Well, look at Hannigan. Look at this. 4 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Now they'll go 3 wide, 2 by 2. Look at Ernie Williams Jr. already on the move.
Track slicking off. You can run the top, the bottom, the middle. And Williams, I don't know how he got it through there, but he did. He got around Heilemann. Now he goes down the back straightaway. He and Heilemann. Now here comes Hannigan running the bottom of the racetrack as they got Richie Preston in front of them. 3 wide. Good battle back there between 4th, 5th, and 6th. And still 5 wide almost out of turn number 2 down the back.
Wow, it is on here right now. The sprint car's putting it on as Sosnowski got together with Ducharme. He's gone backwards very quickly. He started position number 2 when he's back in position number 9. So timing and scoring showing 5 positions lost, but in fact it's 7 right now. Look at this, 4 wide again. Hannigan, Steinke, Harleman and Trey Schmidt. Ernie Williams Jr. now. He's 3/4 of the way upstairs. Steinke, look at the black diamond guys. They nearly go 3 wide, and there they are. The 80, the 91, and the 1X.
Down the front straight where they go. It is Preston, Steinke, Heilemann now back to 5th. Mason Hannigan, him and Ernie Williams Jr. trading spots back and forth. Here comes Williams inside of Heilemann. They make contact. Heilemann about jumped over Williams' tire there as they roll out of turn number 4. Contact again, and we got one around.
Wow,
it's going to be Steininger or Stodinger.
No, it was Trey Schmidt. Talk about a striker. Unlucky there for Trey Schmidt because he caught the left rear there of the left rear of David Harleman, and he actually the car just went sideways and actually just drove back into the pits. So, I mean, unlucky for Trey Schmidt, but luckily because we keep the race under green flag conditions.
And a wild one brewing here at Lanier International. Devin Morgan is out front by 7 or 6/10. Now it looked like Schmidt's going to pull back onto the racetrack and immediately flip. He just pulled right out in front of the whole field.
Now that is an absolute Schmidt move.
You saying it's a Schmitty move?
Yeah, it's a very Schmidt move. Look, he's a good guy, but that move, Trey, that was a bit ordinary.
Yeah, he's running the pittering around the bottom of the racetrack now. He is a few laps down. As Morgan, Simmelman, and Steinke run first, second, and third. It's Richie Preston back and forth for the third spot. He'll slide underneath Steinke. Now Schmidt pulls back into the infield.
Yeah, he's just trying to limp that car back on pit road. Hopefully he'll get a quick repair and at least going to be some 4 or 5 laps down as it is at the moment. And how about this? We are 15 in and 25 to go, and we are yet to see that flag come out.
Well, by the way, we've got 1 vote for Coke and 1 vote for Pepsi Max, so it's a tie.
And since I get to rule the tiebreaker, it's Pepsi Max.
Here comes Hyland trying to get around Preston over yellow. Caution is out, the yellow.
James Grace in the 269 machine. You know what it's time for?
The Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the 269 machine. In fact, it might have happened with Eric Huff in front of him. Oh, yeah, Huff just got a little loose there and come down the racetrack.
Nowhere to go.
No, that's the case of the night, really.
Yeah, it's pretty much how a lot of our cautions have happened. Guys just not having anywhere to go.
All right, so we come back to live pictures. We're just trying to find our race leader. There he is, Devin Morgan. As we wait for the timing and scoring to update, and he started on pole, so he's done a nice job to lead this field. And considering that I'm going to call him a late model guy, he does pretty well in a sprint car.
Gonna see what happens here. That was a wild first 23 or so laps. You had guys 4, 5 wide, battling for position, back and forth, give and take, people touching. I think some of these guys wrecked about 6 times and then never wrecked at all.
Well, you know what? That's just sprint car guys. That's how good they are.
Schmidt running laps in the infield there.
Yeah, he had a quick repair, so he might be coming back out onto the racetrack. Now, whether he gets he should get an EOL for that one.
What's he doing?
I don't think he was too happy with Heilemann.
No,
There's definitely history there between Trey Schmidt and a particular team. I'm not going to mention any names because I'm mates with some of them.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look out, your leader Morgan got into the wall. Here comes Simmelman now to the inside. He'll take the lead into turn number 3, and he's into the wall again is Morgan, and he's going to fall all the way back down to the 4th spot as Steinke takes 2nd and brings Richie Preston with him to 3rd.
Heilemann, Ernie Williams Jr. side by side. Then you go back to Tyler Ducharme. Devin Morgan into the back of Ernie Williams Jr. Look out, that is a big dump. Oh man, thank God this is virtual, because I get the feeling that if that was a real wreck, I don't think Ernie walks away from that one.
No. They would have to pick him up with a sponge and a bucket.
Ouch. The virtual ambulance on site quickly to check out the driver of the number 91 machine as we take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Just the front.
It's like Morgan kind of caught him there, clipped him there in the rear.
It almost looked like he was stuck on him. You know what it's time for? It's time for our black... I'm glad these cameras, these Black Diamond Motorsports onboard camera angles get a real good shot, and I'm glad that the cameras don't actually break.
I might get seasick on this one. Boom.
Sky dirt. I'm not happy with that one. I want this kind of angle. No! Ah, a rookie mistake. Ready? This is the angle. This is the one I wanted. I wanted the slow-mo.
Oh.
Get some airtime, didn't he?
That'll be part of the highlight reel.
And then the fact was, after he was sitting there like that, he got hit again. So he got hit twice, or nearly 3 times. In fact, it was. I reckon he could almost catch our Skycam there on that one.
Yeah.
As we are back green. Oh, look at that! See, you take 18 seconds to do some instant replays, and now you've got a battle on for the race leaders. Josh Steinke to the inside on Simmerman down into turn number 3 and 4. 18 laps to go, and Steinke has the race lead.
Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Steinke moving up 9 spots to the lead. Simmelman now back to the inside, or back to the outside, excuse me, trying to take that lead away. Down the front straightaway they go. Steinke's moving up 9 spots. How about Tyler Ducharme up 10? He's into the 5th spot.
Yeah, he's also picked up 10 spots. Wade Lamar up 10 spots as well, but this battle on for the number 1 spot between Steinke and Simmelman. We're going to stay focused on this battle right now, and we'll see who is going to get the better over the next 15 and a half laps. They continue, and what's it been for the last 4 or 5 laps now? These drivers have been pretty much side by side, and Steinke just getting the better of Simmelman. Now Simmelman cutting down to the middle of the racetrack through turn number 1 and 2, but Steinke, he's getting the job done for the moment.
Track slick, top to bottom. You can run the bottom. You can run right up there on the fence. 0.05 of a second as they roll down the back straightaway. Simmelman and Steinke about touched again coming into turn number 3. We have got a classic brewing here at Lanier International.
Now 13 to go. That time by it was at the start-finish line, and Simmelman again using the momentum on the high side of the racetrack. He's good there on the exit of turn 2 and turn 4. I think it's going down on the entry into the turn is what's probably stopping that 18 machine from getting back to the race lead. But man, Steinke's good, but now Simmelman will shut the door left, rear to right front. Try to take him out while you're doing it.
I thought he clipped them. He might have. I think they did touch there on that last one down the front straightaway. Down the back stretch they go. He's going to diamond down one more time. Simmelman's got the lead. Now he's going to steal Steinke's line going into turn number 3. He'll shut the door down the front straightaway. It's Simmelman, Steinke, Heilemann, Ducharme now up to 4th, and Devin Morgan back to 5th.
Now watching David Heilemann as well. He's closed in on the 2 drivers up the front, and with now looking at 9 laps left to run, you've got to wonder, does this Slick Sim Sports Wicked Energy Gun machine, he is one of the world's best here on the iRacing.com service, can he run down these 2 drivers? Well, he's done that. Now he's got to try and find a way around him.
He is closing in fast. It was 0.6 of a second. We're going to see the gap. It's still 0.6, and it's shrinking now. 5. You can see it live as it goes. It's not delayed at all. That's the best part about it. Steinke and Simmelman now. Steinke back to the lead. What a race we've got here at Lanier as that 49 has got that fishing pole out, and he's reeling them in.
Yeah, but tell you who's going fishing. He's fishing downstairs. He's looking for the lead once again. He'll have it that time at the start-finish line. It was too close to call just a couple of laps ago. We're looking at 5 to run as the yellow flag comes out. Oh, boy. Who is that?
Man.
Now, that tells me it's the 118 of Scott King. But let
Cautions
me
just
confirm.
kill these good runs.
Let me confirm. Oh, no. Don't tell me it's this guy. Don't tell me it's Davin Cardwell. The Ben Element, the Element Produce number 44 machine. Let's see. Oh, Studinger just tagged the back of him. Trey Schmidt nowhere to go. And Schmidt's had an unlucky run, hasn't he?
He has had a bad evening in this. He may just have to pop open a beer and call it a night. If he's old enough to drink.
Yes. He actually runs a 305. I'm pretty sure it's a 305. A wingless and a winged car. I want to say out in Texas, and probably one of the funniest things I've seen is when he picked up a win a couple of years ago. He done the in a non-wing. He actually done a wing dance, but obviously no wing, so he done a cage dance, and he actually fell off the top of the chassis. It didn't look. Thankfully, didn't hurt himself, but it was by far the funny. What do we got? Here I was thinking this is a single file restart. Was it? I don't know if that's a single or double.
I don't know, but we're back under green, and it's Steinke and Simmelman and Heilemann now. Devin Morgan's right back up there with them. This caution may have caused us to have a classic finish here as Heilemann's going to the top side. He had to hit the brakes. He's going to go low now and get 2 for 1 out of turn number 1 and 2.
How good is the racing for the top 3? We'll even throw in top 4 right now because Devin Morgan He's come back into the picture. Richie Preston looking at a top 5 finish. We've got 3 to go into turn number 1 and 2. Stikey continues to lead from Simmelman. Now Morgan up to position 3 in Heilemann. He's figured he's got to get up on the wheel once again. He tries to roll the cushion through 3 and 4. Chris, there's just a couple of laps to go.
We're going to see the white flag coming out this next time by Joshua Steinke still out front. And the contact between Morgan and Heilemann. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Does anybody have anything for your leader Steinke? He's got a half a second lead, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him, Brett.
All right, we're down the back straight away for the final time into turn number 3 and 4. The Black Diamond Motorsports driver will go to victory lane. He will get the job done. Second will go to Austin Simmelman. Devin Morgan will hold on to third, and how about that? Chris, a late model driver, gets it done in a sprint car. He finishes third in this caliber of field.
Yeah, what a race that was. You didn't know who was going to win it until the checkered flag flew. And it was Steinke picking up the win. Josh Steinke, your winner. Simmelman second, Morgan third. Then it was David Heilemann fourth. Richie Preston rounding out the top 5. Brett Strickler, Tyler Deschamps, Mike Keegan, Wade Lamar, and Mason Hannigan rounding out the top 10. We are going to have our top 3 hopefully joining us here in just a moment.
Boy, what an absolute bell ringer of a race that was.
That was impressive.
Realistically, we couldn't ask for a better finish. That was...
Oh, no.
Those last, what was it, 5 laps? And
oh, yeah. That caution, I think, helped us out a little bit there on that finish.
yeah, so it did. Like, it wasn't getting stale, but, I mean, the race for the lead between Simmelman and Steinke, it was just a hell of a show that those guys put on. So, and yeah, we'll get to chat to our podium here. In fact, we'll send it over to Chris, who has made his way down to victory lane.
All right, we are currently standing with your winner, Josh Steinke. Man, what a wild battle there, that last 10 laps. Take us through it.
I was on the edge of my seat the whole entire time. I knew I was running the bottom good. The car just sounded like it was planted. It felt good. I was able to keep it straight as long as I got off the throttle the way I needed to. And, man, I just knew Austin was there the whole entire time. And there was a couple of times he tried to chop me a little bit, and I was trying to get a little bit in front of him just to slow his momentum down the straightaway. And it was just kind of like a close, hard racing, and we were always neck and neck. And there was other guys right behind us. And
Were you white knuckling it there?
oh yeah, I was bearing down on the wheel, just squeezing as far as I could, and just making sure I was hitting my line and being easy on the throttle and just being patient. I was barely on the throttle at all and was able to make it glued. And that last restart, I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, and it seemed like I was able to pull away on that last restart, so it helped me.
It's not bad for a late model guy, right?
Oh no, I'm a sprint car guy all the way.
All the way.
Yep. I don't touch on late models. If I do,
Brett,
watch out.
I thought Brett said you were a late model guy.
No, I was talking about Devin Morgan.
Morgan, okay.
They tried to throw me under the bus. He's my teammate.
Tell you what, you moved up 9 spots. What was your strategy to start the race? Were you going to stick it to the bottom, or what was your game plan going?
I was just hoping my car was going to work. That's all it really was. There was a lot of really good drivers in this race, and everyone was hooked up, and I was able to just see whether or not I had my car hooked up on high side, low side, and it just seemed like my car was working better on the bottom when it got lighter fuel and was able to just be smooth and go to the front.
Who you got helping you out as far as sponsors, and who you want to give thanks to?
All the guys at Black Diamond Motorsports. There's a lot going behind the scenes that we're working really hard to be faster and faster every single week, and thanks to those guys a lot. Brett, you for broadcasting, main sponsor, Brett at UDTV. Love watching this broadcast that he puts on, and he does a great job and does a lot for our team as well. Drew at 19 Designs for our paint jobs. Tim Nichols at Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators. Yeah, I'm a little shaky right now. I haven't won in a while, and that was a hard fought win. Yeah, but him and all the fans and family watching at home, it was a great run, and hats off to Austin and Devin.
All right, that is your winner, Josh Steinke, sprint car extraordinaire. And we are going to bring up our next interview, Brett.
Yeah, standing by with the driver of the number 18 machine of Austin Simmelman. Austin, second place here tonight, boy. What a race you had with Josh there for probably over a good 20 to 25 laps of that race. But unfortunately, you come home one spot shy where you wanted to be, but that's still a good result for you.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good run, and it was a good race with Josh. He had the bottom roll in there. I was awful, really, on the top, just way too loose, and just really terrible tonight. So just happy to run where I did, and could have been a lot worse. So just happy to start up front and run up there.
Late in the race, we had a caution with I think about 5 or 6 to go. Does the game plan change? Does the mentality change, knowing that you've only got a handful of laps to go to try and make the pass for the lead again?
Not really. I mean, I knew I was in trouble with how bad my car was, so I knew I just had to try to hang on and get all I could. And he was down at the bottom, so I couldn't really go anywhere but the top. So I just tried to run as smooth as I could, and I just couldn't get off the corner and have a chance at him. So as much as I struggled, I'm, like I said, just happy to come home where I did.
All right, Austin, well, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight at Lanier. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate, but we'll let you go, of course, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, everybody at Tony Stewart Racing, Drew Neal with 19 Design, Scott King Designs, Scott King, Race on Texas, just all the guys at Tony Stewart Racing that always help me out. And we all had pretty good runs tonight. I believe we're all in the feature, so it was a lot of fun, and can't wait for what's.
All right, there we go. Austin Simmelman, they're home in second spot. Now I'll throw it over to Chris, who's standing by with the late model guy that comes home third place here tonight.
All right, driver coming to us out of Easley, South Carolina, Devin Morgan. A hard-fought finish there. You came with backwards, forwards. Just take us through your run.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Haven't ran a sprint car race in I don't know how many months. So to be able to hop back in one and be, just as fast as a lot of them guys that do it every day, felt pretty good. Felt like if we would have went green there, I could have held off and won it. I don't know why that first yellow came out, but it did, and it just broke my rhythm. And then these sprint car guys just beat me around, and I fell back, and I was able to try back up to third. But I felt like I was a lot better.
Obviously, a massive difference between late models and sprint cars. You said you haven't ran a sprint car in a while. What is the big difference? Between hopping, obviously, downforce and speed. What is the big difference to you between running the two?
Contact mostly. The late model, have a lot more contact and it'd be forgiving.
You can feed a guy a right rear in a late model. You just can't do it in these.
Yeah, pretty much. But I felt I got beat around more in this though than I do in the late models for a reason. By the pro guys, but it happens. But I'm just happy to be back in here in the booth.
You held it down and got a third place spot. That's pretty impressive, being a late model guy and all. And who you got helping you out?
I got to thank my mom, my dad, NPM Marketing, Wiley X Glasses. I got to thank Dreamer Racing Series, Splash Junior Graphics, and Evan C, Team VLR for all the setup help.
All right, Devin, congratulations. Third place finish. Driver coming to us out of Easley, South Carolina. Thanks for racing with us tonight. And Brett, man, what a race that was.
Yeah, what a finish. Well done to Josh Steinke, Austin Simmelman, and of course Devin Morgan. But of course Harleman, Preston, they were there at the end as well, both making up a number of positions. And also Tyler Ducharme. Yeah, Tyler Ducharme, Wade Lamar, those drivers had a number of passes to get from where they initially started and get up inside of the top 10. Mason Hannigan, who does round out the top 10. A great night altogether. And, well, that'll do it for the DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League Series.
Trophies going back tonight to Plymouth, Wisconsin with your winner. So that's a good one for the cheeseheads up there.
All right, well, that'll wrap us up here on this Sunday night. In fact, we've still got one more broadcast to come. It'll be the Wings Only Racing 410s from Liverland. So we stay on the short track side of things as we'll take that World of Thunder jet plane out. Hope Steve doesn't mind us taking it out there, and we'll have that one in about 1 hour's time right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And Chris, thank you very much once again here on the Sunday night. It's been another awesome Sunday evening you're having here in the booth.
Absolutely. If I'm still awake, I'll watch you guys in the next race like I did last week and maybe chime in once or twice if I'm still awake.
Oh, good buddy. Well, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, we say farewell and good night, and we'll see you back in about 1 hour's time. If we don't see you back then, we'll see you on our next broadcast.